Wonder why budgets that work on paper fail to work in practice? I'm often asked about the best accounting or budgeting software to keep track of expenses, such as Quicken or YNAB. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of any budgeting software. The trouble is, most people spend their time doing data entry and not enough time on interpreting the results and establishing good money habits. Knowing how and where you spend your money is essential, but finding out after the fact that you've overspent in a category is useless information unless you set up a system to modify your future spending behavior. And who loves the word budget? It feels restrictive and joyless. It's no wonder most of us aren't motivated to stick to a budget. I'm Karin Mizgala, advice only financial planner and CEO and co founder of Money Coaches Canada. And of course, we're big advocates of having a good handle on your expenses. The key is to do something useful with the information you collect about your spending and to figure out what the numbers actually mean. The real purpose for knowing how much you're spending is to make sure you're living within your means and help you plan spending for the year ahead. You need to know if you're setting aside enough money for important life goals like travel, retirement, children's education, charity, or making a difference in the world. And if you're a well-paid professional, you may wonder if you need a budget, or as we call it, a spending and savings plan. If you're living within your means, paying off debts, working towards your goals, your system is likely working and you may not need to change it. However, if you aren't making headway with your goals, if your line of credit is creeping up or you don't feel in control of your spending, then you absolutely need to set up a system to help you stay within the parameters of your cash flow plan or spending and savings plan. At Money Coaches Canada, our on track money management system is designed to help you do two things. One is to stay on track with your monthly and annual expenses. And the second is to save for your dreams and goals. The on track system goes back to the old days of putting money into envelopes to make sure everything from groceries to the phone bill got paid. When payday rolled around, you'd put cash for groceries in one envelope, money for the bills in another, savings towards new clothes for school in yet another, and so on. To implement our on-track system, we suggest opening several bank accounts. Here's what we recommend. One is a main checking account for fixed costs and regular monthly payments. Two is a monthly spending account for things you tend to spend money on every month. And three is several savings accounts to save up for lump sum and annual expenses. The idea is to use different bank accounts to create electronic envelopes so the car insurance money gets saved and not spent on pedicures. The account for university fee adds up instead of being drained by car repairs or other unexpected expenses. And the vacation budget, often a priority, but usually the first to be sacrificed to overspending in other areas. It gets stashed in an account labeled travel, safe from impulse shoe buying or unlimited lattes. In effect, it doesn't just give you a budget to follow, it forces you to limit your spending in each category to the amount you have in the account. If you've determined that it costs you $800 a month for groceries, and by the third week you're down to your last $60 in the monthly spending account, no seeking solace in the credit card or pilfering other accounts. Time to check out what's in the pantry until next payday. The key is to create clarity around your spending so you can modify your behavior. Do I have money for clothes or not? Have we spent the dining out money or is there still some left for Friday night? The payoff can be huge and not just in terms of money, but in peace of mind. To start, use your main checking account for monthly fixed costs like your mortgage, rent, and phone bill. Deposit all of your income into your main checking account. Pay bills and expenses that are fixed and payable monthly from this account. Leave only enough money in this account to cover your bills and fixed costs for the month. Don't use this account for spending money. It's just for bills. Leave a small buffer of, say, $50 to $100 per month to cover any variance in the bills. Take out overdraft protection on this account, but only use that in an absolute emergency. Next, use a second checking account for monthly spending to cover expenses like groceries, entertainment, and personal care. Set up an automatic transfer from your main checking account to your monthly spending account every payday to cover the amount you have budgeted. Ideally, use your bank account debit card to pay for these expenses. Decline overdraft protection on this account so that when the account is empty, you have to stop spending. And yes, it can be a bit limiting to have only so much to spend, but it's worth it if it keeps you from overspending and frees up money for the things you really want, like travel, reaching retirement, buying a new house. Don't forget, you get to set the priorities. The on-track system just helps you stick to them. Finally, lump sum and annual expenses are those irregular expenses that come up once a year or sporadically through the year. Car repairs, property taxes, house insurance, clothes, gifts, travel, and vet bills are all things you may need or want to spend money on sometime throughout the year. Set up separate high-interest, no-fee savings account at your bank for each expense category that you want to save for. Divide the annual total you planned on spending in each category by the number of paydays you have in a year. For example, if you're paid on the 15th and the 30th, then divide by 24 pay periods. If you're paid every second Friday, divide by 26 pay periods. Transfer this amount to the designated accounts each payday from your main checking account. Debit is usually unavailable on high-interest savings accounts, so when you make a lump sum or annual expense payment, you can access the funds in one of two ways. One, pay by credit card and then pay off the credit card immediately from the designated savings account. Your credit card balance will be at zero, where we like to keep it, and the savings account balance is up to date with your remaining funds available for your next purchase. Number two, the other option is to pay by online bill payment or check. If you're paying by check or your bank charges a fee to pay bills from your high interest savings account, it's better to transfer the amount first to your main checking account. Then pay the online bill payment or credit card bill from the main checking account, as this account should have unlimited transactions, and transfers between the accounts should be free. The benefit of being in control of your money is peace of mind and guilt-free spending. As one of our clients put it, the first time my annual insurance bill came around and I actually had enough money in a savings account to pay it, I realized my plan was working. And when I was able to book a vacation and pay for it with my travel savings instead of putting it off or putting it on my credit card, I was thrilled. The spending guilt was gone. Seeing money in a bank or investment account staves off fear. You don't have to worry that you're stuck or you can't live the life you want. It's a reminder that you are working towards your goals and you have choices. Now that's a really good feeling. For more tips, tools, and resources, check us out at moneycoachescanada.ca.